Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to CCxRC. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at this right here. Got ourselves another one of my favorite RC cars, the Arrma Granite. I had one of these before, and a buddy of mine was watching down in Virginia. I wasn't into RC, and he wanted to get into it, and he was looking at another RC that I had, and I said, this thing's overpriced. This is what you want. And then he was just like, well, can I buy yours? And I'm like, I didn't want to sell it, but I wanted him to get into it, so I sold it to him for a really good deal. And when I went to replace it, I got the big rock instead. But this right here, 3S BLX, one of my favorite RCs. We're just gonna unbox this thing real quick, and we're gonna get it out there and bash it. No special unboxing because we've done them before on this vehicle. Nothing's changed except really a few things. Overall, it's basically the same thing, maybe a different brand of motor or whatever, but it's brushless, awesome. And these ones are in green and black. Little tabs here. We'll show you really quick in here. We got to get a battery in anyway. Show you the inside of it. Right there, Spectrum, brushless, 3200 kV, 3S power. It's got the BLX 100. This is an Arrma ESC 100 amp ESC with the Spectrum motor here. Not smart because of that here, but it is an IC5 connector. And battery straps here, plastic, easily removable drive shaft, plastic shocks. Lots of plastic, but these things take a beating. The only thing that I will say is these drive shafts have a hub on them that are screwed in from the inside. It is in your best interest to take out this screw and kind of open this up and get that out and separate these drive shafts and lock tight that screw that is in here. That's the one thing I've had happen with these. The hub will come out and you think you broke your wheel off. It's just that the screw came undone. The screw's still in here. You can fix it, but you have to take it apart, Loctite it, and do it. So either wait until it happens and fix it. It'll ruin your day out if you've driven far to go bashing. Your best bet is take it apart, Loctite it before you run it, which is not what I'm going to do because we're going to bash this thing right out of the box. So do as I say and not as I do. I will be taking mine apart and I will be Loctiting those because I have had it happen after I get all ready to do a run and a video and I go out for the day. And we did it at the skate park with the in Grand Rapids with the Vortex when I was doing a Send video. I had that happen where I went to then rip the Vortex and that wheel came off on the way to the skate park. Didn't even get a single hit in. It was a total bummer. All right, 4 AA batteries go into the radio. We're gonna get those, get our battery, and we're gonna bash. Crazy tumbles, kind of a hard hit there. This SLT3 controller is pretty easy to drive one-handed. I got rid of my rocks down there, so that's been nice and helpful. But you can see the rocks are in the middle of my course now for the time being. One-handed, lots of control. We gotta go get that. All right, guys can see where I've spent some time out here in the yard. We've been working on changing some stuff around. Got more dirt coming in. Can't see it. Oh, clean. So much power. Open it up. Super muddy back here. Swampy. So fast. Whoa, that was cool. Let's try and rip through that again, but we'll get down nice and low and slow-mo it. Attacking all this stuff here. Ooh, bump. Where I sent the tractor in the yard. Oh! Yeah, so there used to be a wall here with rocks. I've now shaved this down. We're gonna fill this in more, but it's really muddy. The whole yard has clay under it, so the water gets stuck. Alrighty guys, here it is. We've been out here bashing it now for a good 10 minutes or so, on and off, slowly getting some footage for the video. And we've had a few hits like that. We've had a few other good hits. We've done some flips. We've sent it through the yard like that. We've sent it doing wheelies through the yard. You can hear the tires expand and hit the body. It's just going nuts, super fast. We haven't done that yet. We've done a couple of those little 180 things like that. Just so much fun to just be able to play with. We've had a couple really hard hits. It's taken it. It's just fun. I've been driving one-handed the whole time, holding the phone in my right hand. You can see me here, holding it on a little stick and lining stuff up, just kind of running it as we're doing here, one-handed. At ourselves, trying to avoid these rocks I've got stacked in the yard from a project I've been working on. Taking them out from over there, and they're gonna go in the front somewhere. But for now, we've just got rocks waiting for dirt to be delivered, so they're kind of spread out. So I'll be able to work the dirt pile when it comes in, because it usually gets dropped off right there. Anyway, we're having a blast with this thing. Getting some flips we'll do in here for you. Oh, barely getting around. Oh, save it, no. Walk of shame. But on top of that, I'm just having a blast with my Granite again. I think I need to tighten the slipper a little bit, but overall it's driving awesome, especially one-handed. Love the monster truck tires. A little bit bigger. You can flip off this going out too if you want. Get a big flip. We probably can do one off the Mondo jump over here if we can get a good enough approach. I just dug all this up with all the rocks being pushed across the yard. Oh yeah, easy flip. No, don't make me walk. Oh, self-righted it. Don't recommend that if you want to save your tires. Oh, stupid hits like that though, and it's just taking it. I'm guessing the battery's got to be just hanging loose in there. Let's look. After several hits like that, guessing my Velcro probably popped. The battery's still, nope, the battery's still being held down. Holding on strong. Tons of wheel speed with this thing. On 3S, just simple battery, put it in, go out, drive fast, do flips, crash it. There it is. You can crash it. and it just loves it. We are just not caring too much, just throwing it out there, letting it hit stuff, and it's just taking everything we've thrown at it. Now, we're not running into rocks or trees or curbs. That kind of stuff will do worse damage than crashes like that. The plastics, even under speed, are taking that kind of stuff. Even that, all right. Ah, I thought I broke it there. Nope, it's just hung up. Oh, barely snuck it around. But it's taking a pounding. I throttled out of that one after the bounce. Wanted to kick up an endo out, but we just throttled that out. Said no. We'll have to check our engine temps because we have been running it for a while here. Whoa, fast flip. You don't need a lot of air to flip these. That's what's cool. They just have so much wheel speed and power. And again, I don't even remember. It was like 350, just under 350 for it. Somewhere in there. I don't remember. It was a couple days ago I ordered it. But they are at the lower end of a brushless 4S that you can get in a hobby shop here in the US, kind of lower price, and yeah, they just bring the fun. I've got the 6S, I've got the 4S ones. Something just keeps bringing me back to the 3S lineup. I wanted to get this so when the friends come over from my boys, they have a couple of these they can run. We've got the Big Rock, we've got the Vortex, but I felt like this was the one missing. We have the Sentins, all kinds of the 3S ones, and we love them. So where I usually end up breaking these is if I try and do front flips. Do I dare? Oh, stuck it in the ground, landed it ugly. Oh, don't even know what that was. We're over by the neighbor's stuff. We'll go kick it over. I'm gonna check the temps really quick, just by finger test. If you can't hold your finger on it for 2 seconds, it's too hot. It feels warm in here. Yeah, it's hot. The easiest way, I can hold my finger on it, but it's pretty hot. We're gonna shut down. Just because it can keep running, because your batteries will let you, you should not. You need to test them. And I'm beyond where I should have driven this one. Everybody's hoping to get long run times and 15 minutes. How long does it run? That's the question I get all the time. How long does it go? And that's not easy to answer. It depends on your battery, it depends on your setup. And the way these are geared out of the box for the power and the speed that they have, that's hot. But I'm just jamming my finger against it, so it's not too hot. But it's getting to the point where I'm just gonna shut it down. We're gonna let it cool off and call that a good run. We've been out here probably a solid 12 to 15 minutes easy. This video is 7 minutes. I'm not going full trigger the whole time. We're doing some flips and we'll drive slow, kind of get around, and it's doing pretty good. Temps are good, but I ran it at another 8 minutes or so before that, doing all the slow motion stuff. So combined, I have 15 minutes of runtime on it. The battery still has some juice, but it's definitely at the stopping point for it. So if you don't, you will be very mad and you'll probably complain about the car not being able to, you blew your motor because you overheated it. Things start to come apart when they get a certain temperature. Things start to let go inside the motor and you blow stuff up. Bearings go nuts. So you definitely want to keep on track of that. And if you're getting over 8 minutes, I would say at 5 to 6 minutes, the racers, so many of them gear their race short course, and that's when I first learned it, was with my short course truck, was to check temps. So we used to check it after about 3 to 5 minutes. 5 minutes, think about main events. You wanted to be just at the cusp of overheating because you were optimum at that point as far as gearing. where you'd be able to end your run and you're good to go. Now, with these, people are bashing, they want just stupid. They want them to go what they say on the box, right? People complain when a certain brand out there says a certain speed on their box, but you have to put in a bunch of gears and all this other things in order to hit it. This thing's 50 miles an hour is what they claim for it. Out of the box, you drop in a 3S and you'll hit right at that range. Mine typically go 48, 49. You know, it's gonna vary based on your batteries, your setups, lots of things that vary. How long you hold it at full trigger to get the actual reading, to get the full speed. But mine are usually about a mile per hour or two less than other people who are using the same devices. I don't get it, but they're right there at that 50 mile an hour mark, which is awesome for 3S out of the box. They're awesome. But in order to do that, the gearing is set very high. So be very careful. That's all I'm saying. Check your temps or you will cook the motor. You'll be unhappy. You'll probably blame the company for it, but they're only meant to handle so much. And it says on there's like little heat warnings. You rip it off of your plug-in and all that on the cable for your car, where it says read your manual, know about this stuff. And there's definitely showing the little temperature thing and different things coming out of your ESCs and motor. They're warning you, check this stuff. You can overheat your ESC, you can overheat your motor. If you don't do that, guys, bang for the buck, this is one of the best RCs, in my opinion, you can get. So any of the lineup, I like the monster trucks, I like the Big Rock, I like the Granite. It's hard to say. I'm gonna have to get the Big Rock out now and run it again. For a while I was saying the Big Rock was my favorite, but having the monster trucks, you know, the wheelies and all that this does and the flips, and you know, I could go between the two. They're definitely my favorite of the lineup. There is the Typhon. That's for, you know, different people that like that kind of buggy feel. I like monster trucks, so my favorite are definitely those. The Vortex is definitely more control in the air, more speed control. The tires don't balloon the same way, so it's a different vehicle. Looks very similar, handles completely different. And so if that's what you want is control, you're gonna be driving on the ground a lot, you want to fly straight in the air, you're not gonna wanna do flips and tricks, the Vortex is the go-to. But man, for me, this Granite is wicked good. And it's definitely at the top for me in the 3S lineup, and under 400 bucks. Wicked good, guys. So glad to have one in the arsenal again, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of it because they're just that much fun. I did order the RPM arms for the front and the rear, just in case I were to break one. I would replace them. I'm definitely going in and I'm going to do what I said about tightening down that screw that goes into the hub, putting some Loctite on it. I don't know if that's been changed from when all the issues were happening. I would hope that eventually they start doing that from the factory. So I guess when I take it apart, I'll find out. But, you know, they order these in big quantities, and so I don't know when we'd ever see when that happens and if you would know. I'm not going to say that yours has it because, you know, it may have been at a hobby shop for a while. So even if they did do that, I would say take them apart, check them. Better safe than sorry, especially if you're going to drive somewhere to run your cars and you don't want to get there and have the wheel come off and then have to sit and fix it, either to get it out and run it more or go home. So anyway, guys, I had a blast. It's good to get out. I'm glad the sun is out. I'm glad the green is coming. I'm glad I got my tractor out again. I love that thing. I'm gonna be redoing the track out here. I'm getting more dirt brought in for a whole bunch of stuff, and part of it will be for redoing all of this. So you'll be seeing a new little layout. I do like it. It gives me lots of options. I can go around in circles either way. I like this corner that I can slingshot and come back and then change the direction I'm going. I like how it's laid out. The middle could use some work. The problem is that you can see that this ruts out. All the drainage from everything coming down the hill all comes down from there and through here to the river. And so it washes away anything I put here. So, especially because there's not seed or grass there, it's just gonna get tore up. So it's just one I have to deal with. If I put jumps there, they're gonna eat away. The first year it did that, it ate away the sides of them. So I'll figure something out to do in here. But yeah, having an awesome time. Hope you guys are too, and we'll catch you next time. Have fun RCing, guys.